Today our guest is Terence Jackson, the Regional Agricultural and Natural Resource Agent for Macon and Montgomery County. He's originally from Tuskegee, Alabama, and a 2017 graduate of Tuskegee University with a bachelor's degree in agricultural business. He has a background in farming, gardening, timber production, and agricultural drones. Sustainability is key for maintaining healthy relationships and systems, which is very important to him. As an extension agent, Terence takes pride in creating programs that not only educate but empower his community. The Carver Integrative Sustainability Center presents the Too Fast podcast, where the future farmers and agricultural specialists are serving you the weekly scoop on the world. And I'm your host, Kandeaux, the Farm Plug. Now, we know the average person may not necessarily be interested in academic or industry experiences of sustainability. But on this show, we're connecting with students of life through social, political, and financial awareness as they're becoming future federal employees, entrepreneurs, as well as activists and policy experts and advocates of our time. So let's dig in. This podcast is brought to you by Tuskegee University's College of Agriculture, Environment, and Nutrition Sciences, Tuskegee University Cooperative Extension Program, and Anchor FM. We're currently available on many platforms, including Apple Podcasts, Breaker Audio, Google Podcasts, Pocket Casts, Spotify, and Radio Public. So I just have a couple of questions for you. You saw some of the questions, and then at the end there are a few more, but they're standard questions that we ask everybody. So like what advice would you give to future farmers and things like that? So when those pop up, you'll know because I'll say it again.
Okay.
Yeah, but I mean, so we're gonna hop into it. To get started, can you tell us a little bit what it was like for you growing up in Tuskegee, Alabama, and how Tuskegee University or other HBCUs and extension had an effect on your life?
Yeah, growing up in Tuskegee was pretty cool. I was always surrounded by history, and always trying to figure out like why was I placed here in this place at this time. And going to Tuskegee and Alabama A&M, it gave me a different perspective of how hard our people fought to get to where we are today. I've been working with Tuskegee University since 2007. So that's about my 8th grade summer. So I've been working with them since then, and really just working with research. But when I got into college, that's when I started working with extension and learning out all the things that they've done and how they're using education to impact communities. So I was like, yeah, I really want to do something like that, outreach and help just share the knowledge and talk to the people.
So what about extension? Have you had any encounters with extension that you can recall, like 4-H or anything like that beforehand?
No, not really.
Okay.
It was more of just hands-on research with professors on the farm. All the professors that was working on
yeah.
the farm.
Well, who needs 4-H when you got that, right? That's
right.
Dope. That's dope. So, I mean, Tuskegee is known around the world for its innovations in agriculture. Dr. Carver, the leadership of Dr. Booker T. Washington, and even, Dr. Booker T. Wiley. But we're also known for things like the syphilis study. So how has that had an impact on your career, the way that you advocate for your community, and even your part of your response to COVID-19?
It's one of those soft spots in this community, definitely. My great-great-grandfather was a part of that study, which I recently found out. So right now, when COVID first hit, a lot of people didn't understand. A lot of people didn't know what was going on, and they went directly to that incident. And that was their reasoning of not getting tested or not trusting any system to get them to help them. Most people in Tuskegee felt helpless from the beginning.
Right.
literally from the beginning. They knew no one was going to come help us or give us the money or the resources that we needed to, continue and push forward. They look at this as an experiment station or experiment base. That's what a lot of the residents look at it as, and um, so encouraging them to go and get tested was very difficult. And how they, approached it when they first came for testing, they really just came with two ladies in a tent. It looked very suspicious, so people didn't want to go get tested then. So um, what we did, we went and got our own test from Birmingham, and we started help testing people in the community. I feel like there's no time like the present to make change, to make effective change, things that's gonna last forever. Because really, like during times like that, now is when legends are made. Is when those next generation of community leaders are made. Um, you just got to stick our heads out there and just do it. Because we know the things of the past and we can't repeat them. So we got to make sure that we put resources and things in place. So if something happened like this again, we won't have those same feelings that a lot of our older community and some of our newer, younger people in the community felt, that helplessness. Um, that's my biggest thing. That was something very hard for me to wrap my mind around. Things are just in the beginning. We haven't seen the effects on it. Why everybody's so helpless?
Right.
I feel like that. It's just because of the things that's been happening in the community, and and are still happening in the community.
So when you said, and thank you so much for sharing, because I mean that is a very intimate experience, and you're not far removed from what's going on right now, like you said, and then the Tuskegee syphilis experiment. So thank you so much for sharing that and being willing to be open about that.
No problem.
So yeah, so you said that that when we started doing testing, so who, like, you were you physically out there helping test people, or were you encouraging people to get tested? What did that look like for you?
No. Me and I wasn't physically out there giving tests, but me and my sister Jamil McDade created an
Mm-hmm.
organization called the Movement 46.
Mm-hmm.
It's an information hub. So basically, what we do is we just take flyers and programs and everything from everyone else, and we just distribute it to the community. And one of the things that we're seeing was lacking was testing in the area. A lot of areas around us had high numbers that they tested and positive COVID numbers, but we didn't have the testing and stuff. So a few community members got together and with TM46 and got 50 tests, and they just went out to the community and helped give those tests to the community. And I think they'll be doing it again soon. They've been doing it for about 2 months now.
Okay. Well, that's good. That's good that you help to facilitate that. So, I mean, your activism extends not only from your past, through like generationally, but also through your experiences off campus and on campus as well, right? With the Cooperative Extension
Yeah.
and the CISC summer experience. So, can you tell us more about that experience for you and the Fast Internship Program?
Yes. Too Fast is great. I really feel like it's a family. Especially we all started in undergrad and see where it's gone now. Um, like I said, I started in a high school program and worked my way all the way up into being the extension agent for Macon and Montgomery County. So I've seen all the hiccups and things that can happen during your time at Tuskegee. But this summer was very rewarding. It wasn't like any other summer. Um, it was my first time actually having my own interns, high school interns, and I had three. It was an amazing experience. I've seen a lot of myself in them. Just their drive, their energy, their willingness to learn and just stay open minded. I just always tell people you got to have experience and to get a different perspective. So just exposing them to different things so they can have that perspective. And um, yeah, it was amazing. Like that's something I really want to continue to do for forever. Really, some kind of
And
mentor and internship program.
And I mean, listen, so right, last week we got a couple of bands, we got a couple of stacks and racks from the philanthropist MacKenzie Scott, right? So we may be able to keep doing these type of things. Like, what does
Yes,
she get? $20 million,
yes.
So what was your reaction to that when you heard that news, and how do you think it'll help Tuskegee during this time?
I was excited. I feel like it was much needed. It's right on time. I'm grateful that she would give that amount of money to Tuskegee, and I think it'll be a great help for the university to make some upgrades and implement some new things and keep pushing forward. Um, as a people, that's all we do. We keep pushing forward. So I hope this give us that push that we need to continue to push forward and be in the great Tuskegee.
What are some future projects that people can look forward to coming from you at TM46 or from your cooperative extension offices in Macon and Montgomery County?
For cooperative extension, we'll be having some gardening classes going on for the students during the fall, and we also be doing some live streaming with the students. We'll also start a gardening club to help people in the community out learning how to garden, literally from seed to plate. We'll be also doing some post-harvest workshops with sweet potatoes. So be looking out for that.
Okay.
TM46, we are still working on murals and getting murals up in the community. We're still giving out tests. We're also working on a beautification project. Tuskegee used to have a lot of like just random spots in the city that used to have flowers or gardens. So
Yeah.
we want to go through the city where the welcome to Macon County sign or welcome to Tuskegee sign and different little parts in Tuskegee just to go beautify them. Couple raised beds, put some flowers out or something, just to give a different look to the city. And also, we're working on something very special. I don't want to, say nothing
Don't
about it
spoil
yet,
it.
but yeah, we're working on something very special, some intergenerational stuff. So I'll definitely be
Oh.
hitting you up, and to talk about some things, some of your accomplishments and some of the great things that you're doing, also.
Oh. What advice would you have for any future farmers or agricultural specialists? Like, what are some things that they just should be prepared for? What should they know? And or do you have any words of encouragement that you would want to give them?
Yeah. I, Study, man. Study is like art. Like farming is like art. You got to study. You're just not gonna go out and just draw a straight line on a piece of paper or draw a circle and it be perfect the first time.
Mm.
Very few people do it. So it's just like art. You got to go out there. You just got to be consistent. You got to do it, and you have to look at how things were done in the past to know how can we move forward in the future. So you got to have that perspective. And you also got to think differently and move differently, kind of different from the farmers before you. Back then, there was farming to survive. Many farmers are now farming to survive, but black farmers are like it's like a dying art. So that's a selling point right there. Agritourism, making sure that we're selling. A lot of people have made so much money off of us. So it's trying to sell that vision, that passion. Like when a person comes to your farm, they should know who you are by the way your farm looks, the practices that you
Mm.
use. Um, it's just like I said, it's just like reading, looking at a canvas and looking at a painting and be like, ooh, this person's in pain or this person is happy. Like that's the way you look at land, farmer's land, this farmer, he's in pain. He don't have a lot going on. His land is in, a tough condition. So it's a direct representation. So I just say I always think about agriculture and farming differently. look at it from a regenerative healing standpoint, because some of the practices that we've been using for a long time aren't working. A lot of the systems that we've been a part of aren't working. So our jobs as African American farmers or minority farmers have to be a much different approach. It has to be a cooperative approach. Um, we got to stop learning to work. We can't work by ourselves, you know. We have to be cooperative, because so we can get that start that economic push that we need as a community and build generational wealth. That should be one of the main focus of all of us, is building generational wealth. Um, leaving more here now than when you came. I look at That's the way I look at plants, you know, in
Yeah, definitely.
agriculture.
Definitely. Dr. Carver has a quote that says, no human has the right to come on this earth and I think he said, and not make a change, like, and not leave it more beautiful than you left it.
Right.
And so, like, practicing Sankofa, being able to look back in order to move forward, you dropping some real gems on these people. And it's beautiful, because farming is an art and it transcends age, right? So you could be a future farmer, ag specialist, and you could be 70 years old, and it still would apply to you. It would still apply to you. So you drop a gem. So I know people are ready for what you got coming up, man. I'm excited. I am so excited. So before you go, okay, can you give us, I know you got some shout outs and some people that you want to holler at and show some love to. And also, where can people find you at on social media, in real life? Like, where you be at? How can people connect with you?
Yeah, you can hit me up on Facebook, Terence Showtime Jackson. My Instagram is God_of_Showtime. Showtime is like my alter ego. That's the guy that you see standing on the podiums talking, you know, the showman.
Okay. Okay.
You
Okay.
know, you can find me on there. I'm everywhere, literally. I may be on a Zoom call one moment. The next moment, I may be at a at a farm. The next moment, I may be on a call with you.
Or in Washington, D.C.
Or D.C. So, you know, just give me a call or text, and, you know, we can set something up. I'm always busy, so, you know, I definitely reach back out to you if I miss your call.
Bet that. So, and finally, who you got to shout out? I know you got to shout your mama, your grandparents,
Yeah, you know,
somebody.
the Green
Tuskegee.
family, the Jackson family, the whole Macon County, 4-6. Yeah. TM46, you know. Shout out to Candace, shout out to Too Fast. All y'all are inspiration to me. Just seeing young people just out here just doing their thing. Like, you know, we gotta carry that torch. You know, we gotta make sure that they understand that. I hear it a lot that they say that they failed us, and it's not. You told us everything. If you didn't teach us anything, you told us everything not to do. So I don't want the generations of before us feel like that they failed us, because they haven't. They've given us the tools to continue to move forward and you know, be greater. So I think everybody, man, this is a great opportunity. It's a great time period to make change. And whoever is above know what they're doing to place me here right now.